So we have 3 large locks for David. David wants the locks ceremoniously tossed into the river. Today we're on Pont d'Archevêché in Paris. It happens to be Valentine's Day. And we're here with a set of bolt cutters, or multiple sets of bolt cutters, to come along and liberate some locks off the bridge. About 2 weeks ago, around a cup of tea with a friend, we were discussing the idea or the problem of Lovelocks in Paris. The idea sort of came to us very quickly that perhaps we could make a website where people would pay us essentially to come along and to cut locks off the bridge. It was nothing more than a harebrained idea, but being a programmer, whipped it up over the weekend. The site went online and we started getting orders and the site started to get traffic.
Okay, this one's for Joaquin and he wants 3 large locks.
The site represents for anyone who's been jilted or hates love, or as many Parisians do, dislikes the idea of attaching locks on the bridge themselves. It provides them a way to pay a couple of euros, and for that we'll go onto the bridge, cut some locks off and send them the video of the action itself. They have an option, a choice of whether they want the locks thrown into the river or if they want the locks sent to recycling. Normally we walk away with as much as we can. You'd be surprised just how much just a collection of like 30 locks would weigh.
Yeah, because it does get to the point where you can't actually lift the bag.
On this bridge, if you were there 5 years ago, there were no locks attached, so it's something that sprung up very quickly. The cumulative weight of the locks adds up to about 700 kilograms for each small section. You can see, in fact, so these panels that are clear, the actual grill that the people are attaching locks to is ripped free.
Well, what we will do is we will take this lock and we will bring it home, and it will be our souvenir of Paris. And we won't ruin the bridge. Okay?
That's incredibly sweet.
We'll just have a kiss on the bridge instead, and we'll take it home.
Congratulations. The locals are very supportive. You'll see that all locals regret the fact that the bridges that they once knew have been covered in something that's fairly kitsch.
Les cadenas, je n'aime pas ça. Voilà.
Pourquoi pas?
J'habite le quartier déjà, donc je trouve que c'est un très beau quartier avec la cathédrale, les quais. Les touristes se précipitent ici pour voir les cadenas, en acheter, faire des photos, au lieu de regarder ce qui est réellement beau. Voilà.
The tourists themselves as well, most of the time they're curious to know what's going on, why people are cutting them off. It's not as callous as you may think that the city's forbidden people attaching locks. And they normally come around, and about 6 or 7 times out of 10, they'll get a pair of bolt cutters themselves and start cutting people's locks off. Would you like to cut a lock off now knowing the story?
We're just gonna put one on!
I want to cut one.
Happy Valentine's Day. Well, we went through Notre Dame and came to put locks on the bridge.
But then they told us the story of why they're doing this, and I decided to cut some off myself, and it was quite fun.
Simon, please. This is the Holy Ground. This one is from today.
Well, we're actually found.
Good work, right?
There we are. Valentine's Day. Love socks, apparently. We are able to have clarity and confirmation that the actual act of cutting a lock, which is considered to be an abandoned piece of property, is totally legal. Naturally, its destruction in the river is forbidden, as it's considered to be pollution. The only option that's available now on the site is actually to have the locks recycled. Personally, I find the gesture of attaching a Lovelock is actually quite nice. However, I happen to like monuments and history, and I can see the damage that causes. To be perfectly honest, the concept of the site came from the fact that it's actually kind of fun to chop off locks.